Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley. In today's class, we're going to resume talking about IELTS, specifically IELTS reading and the reading test. All right. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at a couple of reading passages and do the exercises, the questions together as a class. So please, if you're going to enter the class, please do download the documents below the class description, because that's going to be the passage that you're going to be looking at. What we're going to do, all right, maybe we'll practice a little bit of skimming. Maybe we'll skim the passage together. We're not going to read the whole thing, okay? We've discussed strategy before, Monday and Tuesday, earlier this week. So we're going to use some of our strategies that we've discussed. What we'll do is we'll take a look at the passage and we'll just sort of skim it together. We'll go down and we'll look at really quickly highlighted words or phrases that we may want to look at. And then we're going to do the questions together, of course. You guys are going to have a chance to take a stab at it and try answering the questions. Okay, the IELTS reading test. You'll be taking this test live and in person, unlike TOEFL IBT, which is an online computerized test. The IELTS test is live and in person. So you're going to be sitting at a desk in a classroom full of people, however many people in your IELTS testing center, 10, 20, 30, 40, usually there's groups of like 40 people. You'll be sitting there, and the proctor will give you a booklet, sheets of paper with the reading passages. And if you're taking the academic IELTS test, there'll be 3 reading passages. You have 1 hour to take the test. So that means about 20 minutes per passage. There's 40 questions. So break it down. That's about 13 questions or so. On one there may be 12, on one there may be 15, but approximately 13 questions per passage. If you're taking general training IELTS, then there's going to be 4 passages. So break it down, 15 minutes. Well, hi. Hi, guys. Let me just say hello. Hello, Larissa. How are you?
Hello. Can you listen to me?
Yeah, can I hear you? Yes, I can, actually. You're coming in loud and clear. Very, very clear, actually.
Yes, hello.
You obviously have a good system. Good connection, and good camera and good microphone. Very good. Perfect. Where are you from, Larissa?
I'm from Brazil, but I'm living in Portugal.
Ah, okay. Well, that's convenient. I've heard that they speak Portuguese in Portugal.
Yes.
Is that true? Yeah, okay. How convenient for you. Okay. Terrific. Where are you at? Lisbon or?
Lisbon.
Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, welcome to the class. Larissa, do you have plans to take an IELTS test?
Yes, actually in June.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, study, study, study. Practice, practice, practice.
Okay.
You can't possibly practice too much. There's no such thing. Hello, Jean. Jean Bernard.
Hello. Hi, teacher.
Hello, how are you today?
Larissa. How are you?
Hello.
I'm doing well. How are you, Jean?
Oh, very well. And you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Where are you from, Jean?
I come from France.
Mais oui. Très bien.
Bordeaux. To be more specific.
Jean,
Yeah.
I love your wines. Okay, love them.
Me too, me too.
Love them. I am obviously an English teacher now, but I'm living in the Philippines and I teach English. But in my former life, Jean, I was a chef, and
Okay.
I was lucky enough to train under a chef who was trained at the Cordon Bleu.
Okay.
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 Trivia.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Oh,
And my favorite kind of food to cook is French food. I love it. Love the wine, love the food. Very much.
okay. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, no, thank you, and thank your country. Okay. Well, nice to meet you, Jean.
Eh, and you, where are you from?
Originally, United States, of course. Originally, I'm from Vermont, which
Okay.
Vert Mons,
Wait,
green
yes.
mountains. Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the closest city to me, where I lived in the United States, was actually Montreal. So
Montreal.
Montreal, yeah. So
Montreal.
I grew up speaking French as a second language.
Okay.
Forgotten most of it, really, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's get. I'm very happy to meet you, and I like talking to you guys. But let's get to work, okay? All right, IELTS. Larissa is planning on taking an IELTS test. Maybe some of our viewers as well. Let's talk about IELTS. All right, I was explaining what happens. You're sitting there in a classroom. The proctor is going to hand you a booklet with the reading passages and the questions. You also have an answer sheet. There are 40 questions, so obviously one side has 1 through 20, the other side of the paper, obviously 21 through 40. You have to fill in the answer sheet. You'll have a pencil. Well, this is a pen, isn't it? You'll have a pencil, and you need to fill in. Now, sometimes there will be multiple choice. You fill in a letter, A, B, C, D. Sometimes you will fill in the blank with words. Now, you need to be very careful, and we'll see this in a minute. You have to be very careful to read the instructions, because the instructions are key. Sometimes the instructions say, fill in the blank with 2 words or less. Fill in the blank with 3 words or less. Fill in the blank with 1 word. You must follow those instructions. You may have the correct answer, but if you use more words than you're allowed, for example, if it says, fill in the blank with 2 words or less, and you write a small toad, you are wrong, even if the answer is small toad. Okay? So be very careful about reading the directions. That's how IELTS will get you, will trick you. Okay, as well, there always is, actually, in the reading test, a section of the test where you have maybe 8 questions, and maybe you are, for example, writing in the central idea, the headline or the title, something like that, of each paragraph in the reading. And the instructions may say, in your answer sheet, write the Roman numeral, like IV, 4, okay? If the instructions say write the Roman numeral, you have to write the Roman numeral. If you write the number 4, you are wrong. Okay? So, also, if you write your answer and you misspell the word, if the answer is small toad and you spell toad T-O-D-E instead of T-O-A-D, you are wrong. Okay? So make sure you spell your answer correctly. Make sure you follow the instructions. All right, so the first writing passage, hopefully, I hope you guys downloaded these. The first piece of reading that we're going to look at, global warming. All right, I'm going to do a little screen share here with you, and we're going to look at this together. Okay, hang on. Let me get this queued up. Okay, and what we're going to do, I'm going to look at this with you guys. I'm going to have you skim, okay? You're going to skim and scan. Unless you're a very good reader in English, very fast, you don't really actually have time to very carefully read the entire article, nor do you need to do that. Okay, you only have so much time. So what you're probably going to do is skim the page and then look at the questions and then scan for the keywords in the questions. So that's what we're going to practice today. Let's practice skimming. So let me screen share this with you. Okay, now we're looking at obviously the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at the title. All right, obviously the title here, a global warning.
Global warming.
Okay, all right. Whoop whoop alert. All right, so immediately we're gonna realize that this is something to do with the Earth, globe, and some emergency. Woo woo. Okay, Larissa, I'm gonna start with you. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Now, if we're gonna skim this passage, actually, I'll let you do the next one. I'll give you an example first of all.
Okay.
All right, we're looking at the passage. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to read the first sentence completely, all right? Because the first one or two sentences are going to give me the idea of what the entire reading passage is about. So if I read this, the Stern Review Report on the Economics of Climate Change, ding, 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 ding. Wait, that is key. I'm going to, all right, climate change. Oh, that's my first clue, what this article is about. Published in 2006, the same year as Al Gore's highly acclaimed film and book, An Inconvenient Truth, made it clear that governments need to take the issue of global warming very seriously. Okay. All right. Now, I've read the first sentence. What is this article going to be about? Larissa.
Global warming.
Yeah, that wasn't so hard, was it? Quite easy. Okay? Well, that's your first job, to figure out what the topic of the article is. All right. Then I'm going to skim down, and I already have clues. Global warming, climate change. Okay. Climate change, economic perspective. Government appropriate action. Report. Highlighted catastrophes. Carbon dioxide production. Heating. Wait a minute. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at verbs and nouns. I'm going to be looking at numbers. 200 years. I'm looking at capital letters. Celsius. Wait, another number. 1 degree Celsius. Over the next 100 years. Enormous impact. Cause. Verb. Disastrous changes. All right. When I'm skimming, I'm not looking at words like over, the next. I'm ignoring of, up to. I'm not looking at those things. I'm looking at nouns, numbers, and verbs. Impact. Okay? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm mentally mapping. And you have to do that because the questions are going to refer to paragraphs. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. Or they often alphabetize them. paragraph A, paragraph B, paragraph C. So I'm mentally mapping it. I'm not really carefully reading it. I'm sort of mentally mapping it. So, Larissa,
Yes.
all right, I'm going to let you tell me in the second paragraph here, which you see on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, real quick, what words or phrases are you going to quickly glance at here? Are you going to, what do you think?
Melting glaciers.
Yes,
Andes,
absolutely. Hmm.
Andes, Himalayas, and London. Billions of people. Sea levels.
Sea levels, billions of people, melting glaciers. That's it. That's all you need to know. The second paragraph talks about billions of people, and obviously melting glaciers is the key here. So, okay, that's all I have to know. That's it. Very good. You're good, Larissa. You're good. Very good. Yosra. Yosra, are you there?
Yes, yeah.
Hi, Yosra. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Yosra, try to do the same thing in this next paragraph.
Okay.
All right. What words are going to jump out at you here? This paragraph.
Okay. Maybe I will pick a huge amounts of CO2.
Okay. I agree. I see those capital letters, CO2. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Marine ecosystems.
Marine ecosystems. That's good. A phrase. Very good.
Maybe fishing industries. Industry.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Fish die off. Millions
Fish
of
die off. Okay. Very good. Actually, you know what, Yosra? Excellent. If I see the same word or, a word form, fishing, fish, fishing communities, it probably means overfished. Probably means that is very important in the paragraph. So when you're skimming, if you see a word that keeps reoccurring, it's probably going to be an essential part of the paragraph. See, I think you're doing a very good job here. I agree with you. Terrific. So paragraph 3 has a lot to do with fishing and marine ecosystems. I think that was also very good. All right, we're going to refer back to this. Yosra, that was a really terrific job. Very good. It's exactly what you should be doing. Aaron. Aaron? Hello? Are you there? Okay. Farhad. Hey, Farhad. How have you been? Farhad. Hello.
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
Hello, teacher. Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. Long time no see. Good to see you again.
Yeah, I was, okay. So,
Yeah. Okay. You wanna try this next one? What
yeah,
words are gonna jump out at you in this paragraph? Whoops. Okay. What do you think?
I think that, um, the decrease of to 30% water.
Don't think too much. You're
That,
thinking way too hard. Stop thinking, Farhad.
I think that the availability of water will decrease in Australia and Africa, which will destroy the crop. I mean that because irrigation is a best in Australia, so in Africa, which is a very hot country, so water is essential. So if the due to the global warming, the water will go out in Really, of
Okay.
course.
Okay, all right. Your summary is good, but you know what? You don't really have time to do that in the actual test. Make note of numbers. 30%. Okay, I may have to remember that. It may come up. Often numbers come up in the questions. What? And essentially, Farhad, you're absolutely correct. Where did he go? Oh, bummer. Come back, Farhad. Okay.
Yeah. So sorry,
It's okay.
teacher. Connection was bad.
That's
I'm
okay.
so
It's okay.
sorry.
Oh, no problem. Essentially, Farhad is actually correct. Water availability, crop failure, malnutrition, Africa, Australia. Bum, da-dum, dum. That's it. That's all I need to know. That's paragraph, that's paragraph E. Okay? Has to do with crop failure, drought, water availability. Okay. Paragraph F. Jean. Hi, Jean.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Yeah. What jumps out at you here? Paragraph F.
Paragraph F. Hurricanes and cyclones.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree. You know what? That's it.
Temperature continue to rise.
You know what? I'm going to see hurricanes, cyclones, and tidal waves. All right.
Cyclone.
You know what? Now I know what paragraph F is. That's it. That's all I have to do. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out what is the topic of each paragraph. Because I'm going to refer back to the reading when I look at the question. Jean, very good job. You got it already. That's it. Excellent. Jose. Jose? Hi, Jose.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Jose, I want you to know that I also am a big fan of SpongeBob. Okay?
Indeed.
I also like SpongeBob. I see.
too.
Me too. Larissa too. Okay. Larissa and I also love SpongeBob. I see you have SpongeBob behind you on the shelf. Okay. Anyway, Jose?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to have you look at this paragraph. Pick out the important words. Just 3 or 4 words. Mm-hmm.
I think tropical rainforest.
Where's that? Okay. All right. All right. Rainforest. Tropical rainforest here. Okay.
Ecosystem.
Ecosystem. Okay.
Yes. Y coral reef.
Okay. Coral reefs, tropical rainforest, alpine tundra. Maybe that would be one group. Right? Ecosystem. Yeah. Look at verbs too, Jose. What are some important verbs here? Yes, Farhad. That's
Environments.
Environments. Okay. And all right, Jose, you're picking out nouns, and that's good. But I might also suggest that you look at verbs. Destroyed. Sea levels rise.
Sea levels rise.
Flooding and drought. Impact. Oh, okay. Recover. Or never recover. Negative. Some verbs there might be important.
Climate change.
What's that? What, Jose? I'm sorry.
Change. Climate change and never recover.
Change? Okay. And also make note of this 50%. Oh, something about 50% there. All right. I would pick 50% animal and plant species. Yeah, maybe coral reefs, rainforest, tundra, destroyed, sea levels rise. Ooh, flooding and drought. Okay. Done. Let's move to H. Larissa, you get a very nice short paragraph here.
Depressing.
Okay.
Global warming again, and
Yeah.
optimistic.
Okay. Very good. Optimistic, depressing. Okay. In other words, this paragraph is talking about your feelings. Your feelings about global warming. Okay. I think we got that. Let's go on to I. Yusra.
Yes.
Yusra.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
Let's look at this paragraph. What words can you pick out?
Okay. I will start with CO2 again.
Yep.
Okay. Pollution. Um, um, Recommendations about governments.
Okay. Governments. Recommendations. Good.
Yes. Balance economic views.
Okay. Balance. Very
Positive
key.
Positive outcome.
Okay.
Again, environmental and economic disaster. That's it.
All right. You're good at this. Very good.
Now I got the whole idea of the paragraph.
That's exactly it. And that's exactly what we're doing in this exercise. You are very good at this. This is exactly what you should be doing. Yosra, are you planning on taking an IELTS test?
No.
No?
No.
Darn!
No, but actually I will tell you. I have a problem when I read something and then I need to answer questions, because sometimes I feel like I missed up the idea. So now I think I know the technique, how to pick the keywords and to make it in your mind.
Okay. Well,
That's
good.
why I'm very interested, yes.
All right. Well, good. You know, you're obviously learning it because you're pretty darn good at it, actually. Farhad. Farhad, you are the lucky winner. You get the big, long, the last paragraph, you lucky guy. The last paragraph is always going to be the conclusion. So your first paragraph and your last paragraph are probably going to be the most important for your understanding. So you have to look at them a little bit closer, the first and the last. Always. Okay?
Okay.
So, all right, give it a shot here, Farhad. Actually, Farhad.
I think that in this paragraph, it's tell us that we should how should we prevent ourselves from global warming. So they can give us recommends that. This is, I think, that the second approach, that how can we avoid ourselves from the global warming.
Okay. But you know what? When we're mapping this, we're going to have questions about some specific things. I'm going to look at capital letters. Al Gore, Stern Review. Ooh, Danish economist. Bjorn Lomborg. Okay, very good. Something I can't even pronounce. I don't know how to say this, class. What is this? I have no idea. Umgevels. I don't even know what that is.
Don't ever say so.
No, I don't know how to say this. I'm not kidding. What if we run into words like the harbingers? Now, I know what that means. Do you know what that means, Farhad?
Which word, teacher?
This word that I've highlighted here, harbingers. The Stern Review team and other like-minded harbingers of doom.
Doom.
No, harbingers of doom.
Crazy.
I don't know.
You don't know. You know what? You don't have to know. I did that on purpose. Good. I'm glad you don't know. You know what? You don't have to. It's not really that important. You probably know doom, right? Doom. We're doomed. Oh no, we're doomed. Doom. End. Destruction.
And
Doom and gloom. Yeah.
gloom and gloom.
Right. You know it's a bad thing, right? Well, that's all you really need to know. So, okay, when I'm looking at this paragraph, I'm going to be looking at capital letters, Danish economists, the Omgevels group, whatever that is. Like Stern, Lomberg takes a pragmatic economic approach. Okay. I'm going to look at the capital words, capitalized letters, recommended in the Kyoto Accord, Stern Review Report. Okay. I don't really have to completely understand things. I have to have a general idea of what they're talking about, and I think Farhad is correct. The second approach you could take. All right, so they're giving another suggestion, as Farhad said. All right. So we don't have to know everything, but we have to have a general idea where everything is. So, of course, when we're doing this in the real test, instead of taking 10 minutes to read everything very carefully, well, if you spend 10 minutes reading it very carefully, then that gives you only 10 minutes to look at the question. So what you want to do is you want to scan it quickly for keywords and maybe take 3 minutes. Then you're going to look at the questions. The questions are going to look something like this. All right. Very key. Choose no more than 3 words. And in the actual IELTS test, yes, it will be bold, like this, bold print. There is no excuse to miss this. If you use 4 words, your answer is wrong, even if 3 of those words are correct. Okay? Always extremely important. Use no more than 3 words from the passage. Terrific. So I can just copy my answer directly from the passage. Okay. Now let's look at the question. I'm filling in the blank. The Stern Review report emphasized the number 1. To assess seriously the problem of global warming. From number 2, point of view. Jean, where do you think I'm going to find this? Now I'm going to have to do what we call, we practice skimming, now we're going to do scanning. What am I going to look for?
The Stern Review report emphasizes the scheme to assess seriously the problem of global warming.
Emphasize the blank to assess seriously problem.
The scheme, the project.
Okay.
The scheme.
So
the
we're
project.
gonna emphasize the what? The scheme?
The scheme.
Emphasize the scheme? Well, I don't know. You know what? I don't remember. I'm not going to remember, and you're not going to remember if you're actually taking the IELTS test. So you're going to have to go back to the reading. You have the reading there in front of you. You don't have to memorize anything. And you've just mapped it out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for the Stern Review report. Usually, the questions are going to follow the order of the reading. Usually, not always, because sometimes there's general questions. Ooh, all right. The Stern Review report. Ding, 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 ding. We have a match. Okay. And here it is again. The Stern Review examined the issue of climate change from an economic perspective. Oh, okay.
Okay. Ouais.
Oh, looky there. Okay. Oh, okay. Wait, but that's part 2.
Economic.
That might be question 2.
from
The problem of global warming from
point of view,
an economic point of view.
economic to assess seriously the problem of global warming from
I think we got question 2. Now, this is going to happen quite commonly. We might not go in exact order. You don't have to go in exact order. You can skip questions and come back to them. Okay? So, in this example, looking at this, I figured out 2 before I figured out 1. So what is 1? Emphasize the blank to assess seriously the problem. Emphasize the what? So if I go back and I know where this information where it is, emphasize what? Oh.
Emphasize.
Anybody, class, not just John. I don't want to pick on just John here. Does anybody have an idea?
Seriously?
Issue of global warming.
Seriously?
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 Emphasize the blank to assess seriously.
Global
Oh.
warming.
Seriously? Point of view.
All right. Emphasize the
Issue?
the issue to assess seriously. Let's throw in some other words. What's another word that we could actually put here? What words can we actually put here? Emphasize. What's a word that we could use?
Global warming.
Have I stumped you? Are you stumped? Are you clueless? I'm sorry? Yosra? Was it?
Emphasize.
The global, the climate change.
Okay. What if we...
It's not easy to find out.
No, it's not easy. You know what? And in reality, maybe you skip this question. We got 2. We know 2. Economic point of view. Maybe you skip it and come back to it. But let's not skip it because we only have so much time. Well, let me make a suggestion. Emphasize, how about the importance?
Emphasize the situation.
Well...
Emphasize the environmental situation.
Well, it's got to grammatically fit in the blank. Okay? So, what I get from when I review, the Stern Review report emphasized how about the importance. Okay, let's think about this again. The blank to assess. Wait a minute. To assess is an infinitive verb. The blank. You know what? It has to be a noun. Has to. After an article, I have to have a noun. Okay? This has to be a noun. Unquestionably. It cannot be an adverb, an adjective, or a verb. It can't be. After the, a, or an, I have to have a noun. So, grammatically speaking, it has to also... Your answer has to grammatically fit. If it doesn't grammatically fit, it's not the right answer. How about the importance? The Stern Review report emphasized the importance to assess seriously the problem of global warming from an economic point of view. So my answer 2 has to be an economic. Yes, Husni, outside. Yes. Yosra, you're right. Stern Review report was very good mapping. It was in the first and the last. But I'm going to look at the first one first because this is the first question. All right, so let's look at 3. It also focused on a number of environmental that would happen. Situations possible. Okay.
Situation. Disaster.
Ooh.
Disaster.
Oh.
It's very good.
Well, let's look. Wait a minute. It also emphasized, okay, without even looking at it, you're thinking about disaster. Stern review.
Economic disaster.
It would take it would cost. Also highlighted a number of catastrophes.
Catastrophes, yes.
Okay.
Number of catastrophes.
You know what?
Disaster. Catastrophes.
Are the same word. They're synonyms. And you know what?
Un synonym.
Jean is totally correct. You could use catastrophes, or you could use disasters. Either answers on the IELTS test would be correct. Sean, very good. You got that one all by yourself. You are absolutely correct. Disasters or catastrophes would be correct. Here is another freaky kind of question. Notice, first and most importantly, you must be careful to read the instructions. Choose the most suitable heading, Roman numeral 1 to Roman numeral 8, for each paragraph. Write the correct numbers, Roman numeral 1 to Roman numeral 8.
13.
Okay? So, 13, I'm sorry, you're right. I forgot how to read Roman numerals. Thank you for correcting me. Yes, so your answers have to be Roman numerals. All right? Okay. Notice, this is very common. They will then have your list of paragraphs, which we notice they're alphabetized A through J. Please notice that they have given you a sample answer. They always do this. My absolute first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my pen or pencil, my pencil actually, and I'm going to cross this out. I don't even want to look at that or think about that. They've already given me that answer, so I immediately cross that out. Again, remember that on your test you have a worksheet. You can do whatever you want with that worksheet. You can make notes, underline things, circle things, cross things out. So you're going to use POE, or process of elimination. I'm going to eliminate answer 11 immediately. Okay? That worksheet that you have with the actual 3 or 4 written articles and your notes will be shredded after the class. No one is going to look at that but you. No one will ever see that but you. So you can do whatever you want. You want to draw pictures of a pony and a flower? You go right ahead. You want to write bad words? You go right ahead. Knock yourself out because no one's going to see it but you. Okay, so we have a lot of choices. Now, remember when we did our skimming, we kind of did this already, preliminary. This question is, this is very common in IELTS. You almost certainly will have to do this in the reading. Headings. Okay, headings are like the title of the paragraph. All right, so you know what? I'm not even going to look at this. I'm going to go back and look at paragraph A. What is the title to paragraph A? What do you think? Actually, what do you think here? What would be the title to paragraph A if we go back and look at it? What do you think, Larissa? Do you have any idea? What might be the most key word of all?
The Stern Review report.
Could
But I
be.
think that the report, so something related to research.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Maybe. Something related to research.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Is there anything related to research?
Maybe true or false?
Maybe.
Maybe long-term solutions.
Maybe long-term solutions. Well, let's use our POE. our process of elimination. Maybe long-term solutions. Okay, a balancing act. I think that comes up later, but maybe. Killing wildlife?
No.
No way.
No.
Extreme weather?
No.
No way. That comes up later. Water crisis?
No. Later.
Travel at the
Definitely not.
poles.
Endangered sea
Later.
life? No.
No.
Sinking cities? No. Okay,
No.
so we got rid of all these. This whole block is gone.
Yeah.
Farming?
No.
No.
Trouble at the pools?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what does it pool.
The pools, the North Pole and the South Pole.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. No, no.
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Alarming
Alarming
studies.
Alarming studies. What do you
Alarming
think?
studies.
Yeah, this,
Well, the Stern
Yes.
report
Alarming studies.
it is an alarming study. Absolutely. I think so. I think
I
possible.
think so.
Two outlooks. No.
No.
I don't. It only mentions the Stern report, right? So that's only one, and it's only one. It's one study. So maybe it's not alarming studies, plural.
Alarming
Yes.
studies.
Gonna have to
Yes.
think about that.
Alarming study.
Arctic
No.
wildlife? Yeah, no.
No.
Burning coal? No.
No.
Okay. So maybe long-term solutions, plural, a balancing act, or alarming studies. Okay,
Balancing act.
we've knocked it down to 3. But notice of our 3, 2 of them are plural. Okay. Are there more than one studies here in the first paragraph?
Alarming studies for me.
Really?
I vote for.
You vote.
I vote
You vote.
for
Vote for
I
teacher
vote for
only.
alarming studies.
Okay. All right. The report.
I also highlighted.
The report. I see the, which means one. The Stern report. Wait a minute. It does, however, mention Al Gore's film and book, which is another study. All right. So I'm okay. Maybe still possibly. I don't know. How about balancing act? Is there anything about balancing here? Wow.
No.
No.
Not.
No.
No.
Okay. And what was
No.
the other one that we possibly? What was the other one? I forgot. You guys remember? No. The other possibility we thought of
Long-term solutions.
long-term solutions.
Long-term solutions.
Long-term solutions. I think that comes later.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. 200 years. Long time. I'm looking at times now. Over the next 100 years. If we do not control... Okay. We'll have many potentially...
Alarming situation.
Ooh. Okay. Well, it does talk about bad things that'll happen in time. That's not solutions. It's talking about long-term problems. A balancing act? No. You know what?
Alarming studies.
I guess so. But you know what I wanted to show you is that I'm gonna quickly get rid of very quickly get rid of most of the
Alarming
answers,
studies.
right? And I end up with 3 possibilities. And then I'm gonna very carefully think about it. Long-term solutions? No, it only mentions problems. Balancing act? There's nothing there. I wasn't absolutely sure it was alarming studies. I had to look at it twice, but now I get to the point where that's the only possible answer left. Process of elimination. All right. Then I'm obviously going to cross out 11 and 10. Okay, so I narrow my chance. I'm going to go faster as I proceed. As you can see, I'm going to be able to go much quicker as I eliminate answers. Paragraph B. Do you remember B? Who remembers B? What was that about? Who has a really good memory? Not me. I do remember, actually. Ding, ding, ding.
B.
B. Melting glaciers.
B. Melting glaciers.
Threatening the water supply. Sea levels will rise. Flooding. Dun, 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 dun. So what could it be?
Sinking
Something
cities.
related.
Could be sinking cities.
Water crisis? No.
Water
Exactly.
crisis?
Water
Cities.
crisis.
My goodness.
Crisis.
To tell you the truth, I don't know. You know what I would do? Now on my answer sheet, what I would do, I don't know.
Water crisis.
They're both water crisis. Flooding city, sinking city, water crisis. You know what? I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in my worksheet, I'm going to put my answer, what was that? 3, 5. I'm going to write 2 possible answers. Maybe I can eliminate 3 or 5 later. Okay? So you don't absolutely have to answer a question and then move on. You don't. Absolutely not. Later on, I might find a paragraph that matches sinking cities or a water crisis much better. So I will eliminate one of those from paragraph B. Okay. So you don't need to. You don't get stuck wasting your time thinking water crisis, sinking cities, water crisis, sinking cities, water crisis, sinking cities, water crisis, sinking cities. Don't do that to yourself. You just torture yourself needlessly. Okay? Don't do that. Write down both answers and then move on, and maybe the problem will solve itself later. I think we're going to see an example of that. All right. C. Melting ice sheets. Melting ice sheets? What? Floating sea ice melt. Catastrophic rise in sea levels. What?
Trouble at the
Sinking
poles.
cities?
Trouble at the poles. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Trouble at the poles. Really? Well, it's
Sinking
sure.
cities. No. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Sinking cities?
Really?
Or trouble at the
Water
poles?
crisis again.
Or water
No,
crisis
no,
again. This is kind of like doing
Sudoku.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Exactly. Very good. It is. It's exactly like doing that. Sudoku. Yeah, it's exactly what I was just thinking of. Read my mind. Okay, so we can eliminate some numbers. I mean, headings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Yeah, all right. So then maybe C might be trouble at the poles, or it might be sinking cities. I don't think it's water crisis. Because a water crisis... okay.
In us, teacher, this
Yes.
water crisis are in the paragraph which I have read, and this is in Australia and Africa, the water will move. Yeah, that was the paragraph that I have read.
Okay. Well, there you go. Farad had correctly mapped, and he remembered by doing when he did this skimming. He remembered. Oh yeah, I totally remember that paragraph. Okay, this is awesome. This is another way you're going to help yourself on the IELTS test. Oh, wait a minute. I specifically remember that paragraph. I remember even thinking the heading for that paragraph would be. Actually, when you're doing your skimming, you should keep that in mind. All right? You should skim the paragraph.
I say.
Yeah.
So actually, you have to have reading this text all about and have this understand it for For headings, as an example.
Well, you have to, okay, you do have to understand the whole text, the general idea of the text. Yeah, you do. You're going to, certainly you're going to have a question, what is about related to the overall meaning of the reading passage. Always. Yes. You often have questions specific to the meaning of the paragraphs, but not always. You may have questions related to specific words. Okay? So sometimes, you know, okay, you're going to have to deal with all of the paragraphs like we are in this exercise we're doing right now. But then you're going to go to the next reading passage, and there is nothing about paragraphs B, C, or D. If you read them and studied them and tried to memorize them, you just wasted your time, because there's absolutely no questions to do with those paragraphs. They do that. So you never know what there's going to be questions about or what may be ignored completely. So you never know. That's another reason that we skim and scan, because otherwise you might end up completely wasting your time. Okay. Farhad was very good. He skipped over to E here, the one that he read. He mentioned this. Okay, this is the one that he read earlier, and he remembered. Oh, floods, droughts, Africa, Australia, 30% of water availability, crop failure, malnutrition. Oh my God, it's all horrible. Large cities and dry regions will find it difficult to provide enough water. Wow, that's pretty clear. Okay, those are severe water problems. Okay, water crisis. I agree with Farhad. E has got to be 5. It just fits much better than the other ones. So that means I can now eliminate 5 from that other question that I had, sinking cities and water crisis. Now I've got a better match for water crisis, which means now I have the answer for whatever it was, B or C.
B.
B, yeah, thank you. My memory isn't what it used to be. And, okay, in the real IELTS test, when you're sitting there in the classroom full of people, this is what it sounds like. Everybody is turning the pages back and forth, looking at the reading, looking at the question, looking at the reading, looking at the question. You constantly hear this. That's the noise of an IELTS reading test. Everyone is doing that, going back and forth and back and forth. So that's what you have to do. You absolutely must do that. All right, why not? Let's try one more here. What do you think, D? Let's look at D. We got E already. What do you think of D here? Hang on, let me do a share. The acidity, CO2, extinction, hundreds of species. Remember, I don't remember who did this. Yosra?
Endangering.
Extinction.
We had fishing. Remember?
Marine ecosystem.
Fish.
Endangering sea life.
Fish.
Fish. Yeah. Endangering sea life.
Overfished.
Oh, yeah, where was something about fish? Oh, endangered sea life. How convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Fish. Okay, sea life.
Yes.
All right.
Endangering sea life.
Again, I'm repeating myself, but if you see a paragraph that has the same word over and over again, you know what? There's going to be a question about it. There will be. In some ways, IELTS kind of clues you what you can anticipate the questions when you do your skim. Often, you can anticipate that. Let's look at F here. Hurricanes, cyclones, tidal waves, thunder and lightning, scary things. Okay.
Weather.
Hurricane, weather, yes. Bad weather.
Extreme
Lots of weather.
Yes. 4.
Crazy weather. Okay. Extreme weather. Oh, another easy one. So I can obviously, and as
Number
I'm
four,
going
extreme
along,
weather.
Extreme
yeah,
weather.
you got it. You guys all got it. So I've eliminated a lot of answers here. They're already gone. All of these things are already gone. So my job gets faster. So we can go faster and faster as we go along. G. Animal and plant species. Fragile coral reefs. Become
Okay.
extinct.
Killing wildlife.
Climate change.
Wildlife.
Climate change,
Ecosystem.
every ecosystem,
Ecosystems again.
ecosystem,
Look, we have
ecosystem
that.
again.
The ecosystem
Killing wildlife.
again. Exactly. Ecosystem.
Mhm.
Okay.
Killing wildlife.
Flooding
Yes.
and
Killing wildlife.
killing
Yeah, it's
wildlife.
gotta be. See how much it gets easier. It
Wildlife.
was hard when we
Killing
first
wildlife.
started, right? It was pretty difficult. But as we
Okay.
go, it gets easier and easier because we eliminate answers. Just like Sudoku. It gets easy by the end of the game. But at the beginning, you want to kill yourself because it seems really
Yes.
impossible.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Okay, well, IELTS is just like that. So when you're taking the test, don't freak out. Don't get discouraged. It's going to go slower at first, and you're going to be able to, as you go through the questions, you'll be able to answer them much more quickly because you'll be more, as you flip back and forth, you'll understand more what's going on in the passage. So don't freak. Don't panic. Yeah, it will. The first question, oh my goodness. Don't lose your mind, all right? Because they get easier. Now, I said that, but the truth is, you have 1, 2, 3 passages, academic, or 1, 2, 3, 4, GT. They do increase in difficulty. First one's going to be the easiest. The second one's going to be a little more difficult. The third one's going to be hard. Honestly, the third one is hard for me, and, you know, I'm a native speaker. Third one's a big challenge. So try to get through the first ones a little faster. Okay, I got to go. I'm actually over time. I'm cutting into my fellow teacher's time. I've got to get out of here. Thanks a lot, class. Come back tomorrow.
Thanks for you.
Thank you.
We'll do more practice tomorrow.
You're great.
Bye.
No, you
Thank you.
are. You're great.